How's it going? How are you today? Do you hear the chill sounds of chillness? I hear it. I also hear a shrieking banshee nearby that thinks everything has to do with her. If you could see the screen, you might see that we're thinking about doing some package-related things of the Amazonian type. You know how it is. There she is. The shrieking banshee has arrived. What's going on, Aretha? Well, I'll let you know something. If you've hung out here before, you may have seen this. We have a kitty who has a Pavlovian response to whenever I begin doing video game related things. She seems to think that every time I start doing these things, that she's going to get treats. Just to summarize the reasoning for that, look how adorable she is, my God. It's because I have a channel redeem thing when I do live streams. Usually, it doesn't take for more than 1 minute before we start, before that redeem is redeemed, and she gets a treat. So she thinks that every time this begins, it's going to have something to do with her. Little does she know this is Larone with Jabroni. We're doing offline stuff. So I have to take care of the beast first. Party mix, baby. You know what it is. It's time to party, and it's time to give the gal what she needs. What she wants is to party big time. This is Beachside Crunch flavor of the party mix, and it's ocean whitefish. Flavors of shrimp, crab, and one more, tuna. We're gonna bust it out. We'd like to give her a little 4 or 5. Okay. She's the best. As party mix for the girl, and that's what we need to do. You know what time it is? It's time for a little Parcel Simulator. This is our second endeavor into this game, and now, we got our feet wet with our first couple days on the job, and now we know the job. Now it's time to kick it up a notch. This is an awesome game where you work for Amazon in the future. It's called Parcel Simulator. It's super awesome. And it's just kind of one of these off to the side games that I really like. It's super rad. So, here's what we got. We have a few goals for this run. There's going to be packages coming in and we got to send them to the right place. It's all about quality control and being a perfectionist as much as possible. Here's what we'd like to do. We'd like to make sure that we earn $1 million before all is said and done. And this is not some behind the scenes number. This is in the top right corner. Once we get going, that's where I want the million to show up. That's goal number 1. Goal number 2, never make a mistake. Probably harder. At a certain point in this game, there were some of the automation parts that were accidentally sending wrong packages down. So we're going to try to keep an eye on any mistake packages and never let it happen. And let's hope that there's no glitches within how the automation works, that it sends an incorrect package somewhere, because we don't want to have any. We want to have a no error run, and it's going to be insane, basically. No errors all the way up to 1 million. That's what it is. And the other thing is just have a good time. We have a kitty outside. I think the kitty's name might be Billy. He runs bucks for boxes, and we're going to go say hey to him. I believe we're right at the end of the first week, and we're just getting into the weekend. This is where things get pretty tricky for any Parcel Simulator players because you can't send out one of the major cargo types, and you're going to have a big box pile for all your rail boxes because only truck goes out on Saturday and Sunday. Last episode saw us having a pretty good time. It was just getting warmed up. We got used to our warehouse there. We got used to where we live. We live in a little storage container out back next to Billy. And we have a truck out there too. You're alone here in 2065. And it's kind of nice. There's no craziness around you. It's just you, your job. And as fast as you can get it done, the more money you make. Another odd thing about things here is that you have to pay the light bill for the warehouse at your own job. That's crazy, but we're not going to question it. We're going to get right to it because we're playing Parcel Simulator today. Let's do it. Okay. This is it right here for us. It's 2065 in the game. So we're way in the future. We're on day 6 and we got $25 to our name. Right now, we're kind of allocating every single dollar we earn and putting it towards the automation process. There's a few of the robots we can buy that help us sort the packages. For us, it makes most sense to get to the point where we can get all of them, and then we're going to create a waterfall of them. Let's get re-ingratiated. I think we're kind of in the middle of the day here, so let's get in there and see what's going on and kind of get resettled into what's happening. I love this game, man. I hope you guys are having a good day, man. Okay, yeah, here we are. It says purchase a scanner conveyor weight from the shop. Requires the second warehouse expansion tier 2. Okay, so that basically we're going to hide for now. That's the robot it wants me to buy. Here's Box City. I'll go outside and just look around and kind of show a little bit about what we have here. This is what I was telling you about at the jump. This is our house. This is the storage unit we live in. It's not much, just the bare necessities, you know? And we live at the job. And here's Billy. He runs bucks for boxes, and he's an awesome kitty. This is where the stuff shows up that we buy, and this is where Billy takes fat dumps. Let's throw away this trash. Okay, so here we have 1,000,000 boxes. We have 1,000,000 boxes we can sort through, and there's probably a couple batches left here if we're looking to make some money on top. So since there's no notes for us here, we usually leave notes for ourselves in the other games we play that let us know exactly what we need to do at the jump here. We're gonna kind of just get resettled into what we're up to. We got some extra equipment back here we could sell for extra bucks to Billy. These are probably where we're gonna put our plane boxes and boat boxes. Those are cargo types we're not sending out right now. It is Saturday, and the only thing going out today is road. So all of our rail green packages are going to go here. And then the ones that go down this chute today are only road. There's a lot of easy ways to make mistakes in this one, and we're going to try to avoid all those things at the beginning here so we can do that no error run we're aiming to do. Let's go find our pallet. And we have all kinds of doors here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We've been trying to expand the warehouse in the spots we thought the doors were going to be so that we can get more packages into the warehouse as fast as possible. Right now, it would probably be wise to go through all the piles and try to organize them a little bit and get ready, because today we're going to get even more packages. As many batches and cash as we can get submitted, probably the better. And let's go and look at the shop here. This is our tablet. We get emails from the boss man, our unseen boss who's very aware of what we're up to. This is our calendar. Of course, only rail tonight, or today and tomorrow. And then on Monday is when the rails begin again. You can see each day has a certain cargo type that's going out. Content's prohibited. If you see little stickers on the side of it like that, that means you got to go through it over here with this inspection box and check for contraband stuff. There's going to be chemicals. We're not having it. These are all the countries that you're looking for. Sometimes it'll have an actual country name, but it'll be a different flag. That's unacceptable. It has to have all the different stuff on it. The right serial number, country, cargo type, stamp, of course. You got to check for the right stamp. There's a lot of quality control. Weight classes comes involved. We got to pay the bills. We're ahead on those. We got contracts we can do. Looks like we did all those today. And we have all of the licenses. Now it's just going to be about getting this last parcel type at tier 10. And whatever stuff we want for automation. These are the things we can get right now. And then you go over and see the upgrades. These are the things as well we might want to start considering pretty soon. Devere conveyor deliveries is one of those ones I'm thinking about for the main reason of when all 4 of these doors open up, I have no clue how I'm going to get to these back doors in time if I'm sprinting around between the 4 of them. The whole goal with getting more doors was to maximize the amount of packages coming in. Right now I don't know if I have enough money here to get a shelf and a loader conveyor so that these packages can come into the warehouse and I can get to them fast enough before they log jam. What'll happen is if you have boxes just sitting there on the trucks won't bring new ones until you pull them off. So, it's tough scenes. So, you can use these pallets and move your boxes around. And you can drop them from your pallet with the Q hotkey here on PC. I believe what we'll do is just go around the piles and look and see if we can see any more pre-inspected parcels. We know all the red ones can go out any day since there's no shipping requirements to deny a package. Sometimes it's good just to pick up a pile and move them around so you can get to a different corner of it. The name of the game is Quality Control and Patience and Perseverance. Okay. I'll tell you what I like about this game. What's nice is sometimes it's nice to take a break, you know? Sometimes you just want to chill out. And this is a pretty chill job. You can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. Sifting through boxes. So we have little piles. Over there's our pre-approved airplane. I think our boat ones are right there. And this is a rail box. And this is what we were talking about, leaving them on the side here. This is our rail green pile here. And these are going to go out Monday. And yeah, so far there's no fragile written on the sides of the boxes. Maybe in a future update that'll be the case, and you can't throw them. Probably a tough mechanic to figure out. Okay, this one's for the road. This can actually go out. So we like to submit in batches to get the multiplier here. So we'll be aiming to submit the batch once it's actually got all of them on there. And you could do up to 12 for each chute. Cool. Well, I'm probably going to need to start clearing these out of the runway anyway, so we'll get some piles picked up and try to shuffle these things around and get some more pre-inspected ones visible to us. Because you're just kind of doing an eyeball check for those. Between that and a few of the items we can sell, maybe a couple of those conveyors over there, we'll make some more cash and figure out how we're going to automate this place before the doors open today and the inevitable absolute sprint begins. It becomes chaos in here when the doors open and I'm just running between each door to get them open. Or not to get them open, I'm sorry, to get the packages off the truck so they'll keep coming. Not exactly sure where we're located. If I had to guess, I'm guessing that in 2065, Amazon will have taken over the Midwest. And we just kind of all have our own little part of the Midwest. Population is way less because the robots are running the game. And we're all just working by ourselves at our own individual Amazon factories. I feel like mine is kind of in Charlotte, North Carolina or somewhere like that. I'll show you the outside of it. You'll see why I think it's Charlotte. Let's go out here and look at the city real quick. Here it is. So this is where we live. It's very empty and crazy. I don't really understand. The trucks come over here and they drop off some stuff to our spot. We got other trucks over there. It looks like, oh, you know, we got some other stuff coming. But it just feels like a Charlotte, North Carolina, maybe a Chicago, or maybe we're in Detroit. And in the future, we're trying to rebuild Detroit. Who knows? But it's cool. Got some doors here. Let's get some fresh air in the warehouse today. So look at that cargo type there. Rocket ship. Colton Porter's a maniac. You have to check for all these different things quality control wise. And these pre-inspected ones kind of help you out. Give you a little bit of extra cash. Cannon Barrett. You got it. The packages are going where they need to. And the boxes are sorted. Man, I'm telling you, it's just so darn relaxing, this one. It's a nice... it's just a nice vibe. That's it. Sometimes. I'm looking at all these packages for those green or red stickers as much as I can see. We've gotten most of them. We'll start shuffling around the pile, see if we can get to some new packages. Megan Livingston. All right, this one's ready. Once it's at a full batch, you put it through, and we're still going. I think there's more chance of error at the beginning when we're doing the inspections rather than the robots. Here we go. I guess we'll start trying to make some runways here for today's big sprint. Meanwhile, picking off a few here and there. Mateen. We know that's not the flag of Mateen. Mateen actually has a blue flag with gold or silver stripes through it. And this one looked more like a Star Trek symbol right there. Okay, so at wear tier number 7, there's also another big update. There is a denial sticker applier. So look, all 3 of these boxes here are denials. We would have to put on this red sticker manually, but on warehouse tier 7, there's actually a cool thing there in the shop. Let's go check this out. And it is the sticker applier. This guy right here. For $3,000, we can put this on the end of one of our things right over here, these conveyors, and it'll actually apply the sticker for us and really save us some grunt work time. All All right, so I got a new plan. I'm going to move all the boxes out of the runway for today's shenanigans. Then I'm going to see if I can get the small, expensive boxes and start looking at these ones. Right now, our most profitable packages are the small ones in the envelopes. So we'll just go and gather those. Try to prioritize those for more early game cash that we need here to get shelves, upgrades, and different things. Because I'll tell you what we're trying to do. We have a couple things we're looking to get. At Ware 7, we get this, and then we're optimizing our output of denials, which will probably be the most early game cash we can get right now. It's a super huge investment to try to get storage racks and loader conveyors. You basically need a couple thousand per door. It'll pay off in the long run when we're able to export the packages off of the truck onto shelves while I'm running around doing kind of a manual import system. If we can get a launcher with this thing, there's a launcher conveyor that you can get at tier 12. And this thing will import as many packages as you want. It'll shoot it onto a pile. The reason you can't just have a bunch of conveyors is because they get a jam at the end. They'll plop off the end of the conveyor and just kind of log jam the whole string. So, you got a couple options. Real long conveyor belt snake systems back here connected to conveyor delivery upgrade will give you time to come back and get it before the log jam, as well as shelves and things. So basically, the more of that stuff you can get, the better. All right, we got some denials over here. Excellent. All right, now we'll sort through these. Molland. I don't know if that's Molland. Let's look at the flag of Molland. Yeah, it is the flag of Molland, and it's a plane. The serial looks pretty standard. All right, we got to put these... We got to start a regular pile of just regular old boxes. Mateen. Yeah, so these ones are still going to need to go through the machines. Let's just get some cash and chill out. Hope you guys are having a good day. We're doing some Larone jabroni. Can't complain. So this will be our first piles we start putting through the machines. Yeah, I love this game. Looks like all 4 of these are good to go into the pile we're going to expect later. What I'm looking for is inconsistencies of the sequence of the serial numbers. If they're not in sequences of 3 and all numbers, then we know immediately it's not it. So we check the country, the serial number, and the cargo type for inconsistencies. If they pass all those eyeball checks, they go in the pile for later. So check this serial number out. It's 3 numbers, and then 2. We know that's a faulty package and could be in the denial pile. This one is for cargo type. And since weight and other things like checking the actual numbers to see if there's issues is kind of a timely thing, we won't be doing that part. We'll do that with machines. So 2 more reds here to go in that pile, and that's going to be a big part of what this cash is we're trying to accumulate right now before it's all opening the doors. Because what I'm trying to do is get money so when these doors are open, there's no log jam with the 4 doors we have, because that's a lot of cash we'll be leaving on the table. We're trying to get 1 million and make no mistakes, and we also would like to do it kind of quickly. The least amount of days we can accomplish that in, I think the more awesome it'll be. All right, all 4 of these look good to go. The flag and the country are right. And the serial numbers look good. Bang. Okay, this one you could tell has a letter in it instead of a number. That is a faulty serial number, and it's out of here. This cargo type is by printer. Guy's a maniac. That one's going in the later pile. And Ligbow, I think that is the flag of Ligbow. Beautiful. All right. All right, one more red and we'll have a full batch there, and we could just keep going through and getting the small ones. Gonna look at some video stuff real quick. Okay. All right. So we're leaving the big ones and we're taking the small, expensive ones. Trying to sort through Box City here. Get some early cash going. All these are denials. Making nice organized piles. Okay, so Implant is a star there. I think that's right. Yep. Congrati. So it's quality control, peaceful times. Orlando Black. Here it comes. So you see there's a correct parcel multiplier. More boxes you put on the batch before you submit it, get it up to that, and you can upgrade to get that number higher. Okay, so that's not the flag of Jonathan. That looks more like Yacht Donica. And that is the flag of Ligbow, sort of, but not even. You tell the serial numbers off. This one's just ready. Boom. Pretty soon here, we'll be able to upgrade another parcel type besides these envelope and small box ones. Gives you a little green outline around the package you're about to pick up with your pallet. Adds for convenience. Let's do it. All right, we got Piranha, Implant, and Vakua. Everybody looks on the up and up. This one's Rail. Piranha Boat. That is not the flag of Piranha. Piranha has a star. This one has a bunch of crazy stripes. Congrati, not the right flag. I'll tell you this too. Even if we get it wrong and put a package over here that needs to maybe be denied or something, it's going through the machines and it'll get caught there. That's just our pile of ones that we know still need some quality control checks. Son of a gun. Everybody's going on. Beautiful. All right, nice fat batch there. Let's keep getting some more of these for the pile. We're sifting. Implant. Martine. Whoa. There is some popcorn physics that'll happen when you drop packages on conveyors and stuff. You get used to it. Strentom by Crazy Cargo Type. Molland. So it's just a 3-part process with the eyeball check. Cargo type, country and name, and serial number for consistency. Okay, going through. All the small packages will be put into that pile after being eyeball pre-inspected. And the most of these are going to be regular size boxes that get a little less and can be pushed to the back of the line. there doesn't seem to be any sort of timetable. So let's say somebody sent something time sensitive. None of these boxes have, hey, my package hasn't been there and it's been sitting in your dusty future warehouse for 6 or 7 days. That issue hasn't come up yet. So we're doing cool with them not having issues with us. So, the main reason I want cash this morning is because we're going to have to allocate it to do whatever we're going to do when the doors open. So we get a bunch of cash together and then start to figure out the ways we're going to optimize the next step, being today and getting towards the next wave of things. The automation happens once you can purchase every robot. These robots are pretty much the key to the automation here, all these different cool things, and they're going to sort our snake lines and check the boxes for us. Looks like we have to get up to warehouse 9 before we get the last one. So we get all the robots, connect them in a line, and then it'll check and kind of feed into the next one. So if it makes it through all of them, then it's an approved package and can go on a proper line through the system. The economy is made pretty cool too. So you have to earn your little bucks. Nothing's handed to you. Alright, I just saw a bad serial number on that one. Carefully go through each package for the 3 steps we're looking for. Right now, I think the most important thing is conveyor deliveries upgrade of $1,500, and then shelving for at least 2 of the 4 doors here. We might be able to run between the front 2 doors and pull off the packages. That'll be crazy. And then the back 2 doors could have on a shelf. That'll give us time before it log jams. That's really all I got. Now let's say I'm running between these 2 front doors and pulling them off with my pallet. I don't even think I could get back to those back 2 shelves one time without leaving the front ones, you know, unmessed with. So it's a whole thing. Oh, that looks like butt. Ooh. All right, let's get some more frame rates in here. We're again going for the envelopes and the small boxes because those are going to give us a few more bucks per package. There's that popcorn physic. Check out the parcel types here. We have insulated boxes. Those are the small ones. I guess they're insulated. And then you unlock these ones and get more per package too. Insulated's coming today. We haven't actually seen those ones, but envelopes and small, we get 5 per parcel instead of the 0 from the standard ones. No bonus for those. Yeah, I like the frame rate action. Alright, we're going to put it here when we sort it. Urania by boat with an X in the serial number, no chance. So I'm just kind of flying through some of them. If I see a cargo type or something, or a wrong flag, it goes straight on the table. Gotta be only numbers. Got Donica. Another number, or a letter, I'm sorry, in a number sequence. Thinning out Box City, small package style at a time. Getting our money right and planning to try to get those boxes off. You know what? This one might be insulated. Wonder if those ones are the insulated ones. I can't remember if we got the insulated. I think they're white. I like weeding through Box City. Getting what we need. Okay, we're getting close to most of these ones eyed out. Box City's becoming less unruly in here. Oh, here we go. Alright, this one's a rail. Grady. Raiden McCall. Nice. And this one's ready to go. Let's keep that no error streak. There it is. Up to 3,300, almost 34. A little walking around money for today's big move. Until we get a few more warehouse upgrades, we can't get the biggest shelf. And I feel bad spending cash on a shelf that will eventually be sold to Box for Boxes. It's going to help his economy. At tier 8, we get the biggest. Let's go see how much the warehouse upgrade cost. 25. Yeah, I'm more aiming towards second biggest shelf, the medium, with conveyors to also slow it down. And somehow stop those back two trucks from just sitting there. That's going to also cost 1,500 right off rip for conveyor deliveries so that we can connect conveyor belts to the actual trucks on the inbound. You have to get an upgrade for that. And it'll be 1,500 for that. It's the wrong flag. Okay, we're just identifying with the eyeball the usual stuff we're checking for. So we're getting a little bit of a multiplier for the cargo type. The big packages, like the big bonuses of putting them through 12 at a time. And that's helping us stack some of this cash. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Like a wrong country. Alright. We really have most of it eyeballed out now for all the stuff we've been kind of checking for. Okay. Now we're going to kind of sort the boxes after this wave. Establish how to organize all this. Whoa. Vakua. Strenton by plane. Malent. This batch might be getting close. About 2 more after that. Okay, here's a green boat. This is our green boat pile. Implant. So that's not the flag of Implant. That's the flag of maybe Strenton. And Vakua doesn't look like that. That's a flag of Soport. Another red batch going down. And it's getting close to that time to allocate money. Beautiful. 4,500. I'm putting it over here so that there's a clean runway for today's endeavors. Even with a couple shelves in the back, I still think we're going to run back there and try to pull packages off the shelves so there can be more brought in. I anticipate still a little bit of a logjam back there. So we're going to line the walls with it. Make sure there's a nice runway. Man. Getting a few denials here, spotting up when we're moving stuff around. 4,500. You can take away 15 and say we'll have about 3. That'll be about 2 shelves and a tiny bit of conveyor. And they're going to be on the back 2 doors. And this is to try to prevent bottlenecks from happening and trucks sitting there while we're doing our sprint today. Looks like we're going to be doing the manual sprint until at least a minimum of level 12. And that's where you get the launchers. Woo! Saw a red one there. Okay. Taking these up front. Now we have some paths. We'll even move some of these ones here because it's going to get crazy up front. We're going to probably need to put all the boxes on that side. Look at Malcolm Herrera trying to send it by Carrot. Guy is a maniac. Ronan Charles and Janiyah Lee, I'm sorry. I know you wanted to send these things. They're coming back. You've been denied. There it is, 5,600. A beautiful amount. 2 more green road, and we got a full batch there too. Box City. Love it. This is chaos. This truly is Box City over this part. All right, we got 2 greens here. A couple rail greens. All right, look at this. Nice and tidy. So the runway has been cleared. This is how it'll be. We're going to run between these two front doors when the day starts. It'll be non-stop. I don't really even see any window of time where we're going to be able to come back here and make this happen. But there needs to be some sort of shelving and conveyors to get those things from log jamming. So we're going to allocate our cash properly. Look at this one. Smell my balls. Oh! Smell my balls is not a country we ship to, my friend. I think you knew that when you put that package in the mail. It's an odd humor you have in the future. You know, everybody's a bit cynical. But still basic at the core, you know? Our humor, even in the future, is still very primitive. Ball jokes. Smells. That's the wrong flag type there from Molland. This is an eyeball check for incorrect packages. Just seeing if there's one or two more batches we can get through for extra cash while we're setting up whatever this is. So I'm pretty sure at 6 is where we are, and then 10 is where the biggest shelf happens. So we know that's not coming in. We're going to have to pay for some sort of like $600 loader thing to get the stuff from a regular conveyor onto a shelf. We're going to put a minimum of 1 or 2 shelves on each door back here. Okay, crazy cargo type by rocket ship. All right, I'm about done sorting. All right, let's go. So whatever happens after we submit these is when we're going to start allocating the cash towards our future purchases. Pretty sure Molland looks a little different, yeah. Beautiful. All the red's going out. Hamburger, Maniac, and birthday cake. Alright. Now I'm also thinking about selling these inspection assistants here, like weight and scanner and contents prohibited. Maybe we'll keep the contents prohibited, but this scanner and this stuff, I don't know how many more times I'm going to use that. We could sell that to Billy up front. Try to get some cash. I'm going to start with conveyor delivery upgrade. Okay, and this I'm assuming gets speed. We're okay with them being slow, the upgrade things, because we're wanting that thing to just take its time, try to just keep moving. Now's when we start really doing optimization and maximization here. 2 doors. Shop. And the 2 biggest shelves we have. 900 twice. We're going to need a loader. And this takes parcels from the conveyor belts onto storage rack. You could have everything, but without this key piece, it won't go onto those shelves. No chance. And we're not getting the big size till a few more levels here. Tier 8. If I spend all my money upgrading the warehouse right now, I won't have any money to have shelves for the doors that we have. So it's really about smart allocation. Right here is 3,000. And then we'll have roughly about 1,000 left to do the other stuff we're trying to do, like maybe a few pieces of conveyor to also prolong the speed of those packages and things. $25 delivery fee. We'll try to get it taken care of all at once. Let's see what we can sell to Billy. You know what? Just because it's kind of fun to check out, let's open this thing and try to look inside a derelict package. I would like to try it before the robots do. Let's go get one of these derelict packages. This guy's Jonathia. His serial number looks pretty normal. But wait a second, buddy. Charlie Rowe. We have to check what's going on in there. And how do I do this? Here we go. Oh, wow. He's sending computer parts and bleach at the same time. All right, we know this is a denial. We can't be sending bleach and chemicals. You're a madman. So then we can just deny this guy. Because if we go over here and see what's banned, prohibited, it's this stuff, bleach and chemicals. And sending it when you send computer parts, that's reckless, Charlie. What if the stuff spills? Gets on your computer parts. Either way, it's time to sell some stuff to old Billy. $150. Billy, we're making moves. Let's go. $42.99 is the cash total. Right now in the cart, there's $3K and $1,000 on top. If we double the racks, we go over what we can spend. We could, of course, put 2 racks. And then I think we still have to spend money on the loader and unloaders to get that second one going. So the money to do more than 1 rack on each door in the back is probably not there. Let's go check when the next pallet comes. I think there's a bigger pallet we can get eventually too. This one is at tier 10. So if we got a second shelf for any of the doors we're getting automation for, we would have to get another additional loader and unloader of a $1,200 premium in addition to the extra shelf cost. So we'd have to get more of this guy plus his friend. So I think what we're going to be doing is just a bunch of straight conveyors to further add a buffer of time for these back lines. I'm guessing if we keep expanding this way, we might see another door. I want to be able to handle the amount of doors we have right now for sure. So today, I don't think we're upgrading. We're just going to be pulling them off. Okay, let's get to business here. I think I'm going to order this and then just nothing but straight conveyors with the rest of it. Now, I think what the hope is here is that with the straight conveyors and the shelves, it'll be enough time for us to get to the back and maybe try to pull those packages off the shelf once or twice during the day. All right, let's go check it out. Billy, it's happening, bud. We're doing some automation. Dropping all the stuff, going back for the rest of it. Down to $74. Spent a couple K on this little investment here. It's all about having more boxes in the warehouse at the end of the day. Okay, this is what the shelf will be like, and the packages will end up going on there. We didn't get any curved pieces. Probably would have been cool to do that. Purchased those 3 straight conveyors back in the early days when we were just getting started with the job and learning. Alright. Each little piece here is just one extra spot for these boxes to chill. Always looking at these arrows, make sure everything's going in the right direction too. There's easy ways to make those little mistakes. And this game is super fun when you get to actually put together crazy harebrained schemes like this. Alright, now we put this guy. Conveyor loader. Connect storage racks to loaders to automatically store parcels. The green light shows when it's connected. So this is when it really starts to get cool here. Check that. Boom. So now it's green light means go. It'll add to the shelf here. It's going to come in here. Load onto this shelf. Now, I'm trying to think about this whole deal here. don't have curb pieces, so I might just be running into a wall down there anyways, and need that line in the back might be as long as it can go without a curb piece. So I think we go like this, and then I'll clear these boxes so I can run through here more, but we're pulling off of this shelf and that shelf during the day, during the big sprint. Awesome. Okay. Here's the game plan. We have 2 doors here that have nothing on them, and we're going to be sprinting back and forth to get them off. There's maybe been an hour or so go by, given enough time for these guys here to fill up. They're going to come in and put onto this shelf here and keep going until the bottleneck is created where this shelf is full and this conveyor is full of packages. Then the truck will just sit here. So, it's going to require us, after an hour or so of the front doors, maybe tiny break and go pull some off to get those doors going. But it's completely madness from 9 o'clock to 1700. Madness, I'll tell you. All right, be right back. Definitely this time. Yeah, I think it's good to maybe do some more Parcel Simulator. What do you say? Alright, we have the setup. This is all we got. 4 doors to worry about. It's time. Get ready for the sprint of all sprints. Would be best to try to keep the piles all where they are, nice and tucked away and separate. Like whatever we bring in today, kind of separate from that wall pile we have there. It's time. And so it plops on the end, it just log jams. So if it has a package basically in front of it, it'll never keep going. Just like this one. And you have to strafe, try not to release the boxes right in front of you so you can keep your walkway happening. It's a little easier for me to hit the Q key. I'm strafing right. So we're probably jammed up in the back. Let's go look. It's been an hour. Almost. But it is definitely slowing down the jam. Very cool. These front ones are in trouble. Let's go. So the name of the game is the most packages in the warehouse before the perpetual 1700 hits and time stops again. Alright, the sprint continues. I gotta spend a little more focus on these front ones that don't have a shelf buffer. Once you get a launcher, you can launch these bad boys into a pile and there's no log jam. And then you have the option of a bunch of expensive shelving as well. Launchers are less exact and more prone to randomness. Shelving is more responsible and more the grandma kind of safer route. Less chaos, though. Beautiful. All right, stay up front. We got a couple rounds up front before we go in the back. This is awesome. All right, we're jamming back here a little. Couple more hours. The days are flying by with all this to do. Even more than usual. About 3 hours left. That one in front of the conveyors really matters too, because it'll keep a... That plop one will keep everything from happening. right. About 2 more hours. I'm sure there's some room for improvement in our strategy on how to get as many boxes into the warehouse today. We're doing our darndest to maximize the amount with our little setup in the back and everything. It's kind of the fun part of simulation automation style games. Trying to figure out your own way to deal with the weird economic system of each of the games. And if it's a well-built simulation game, it'll have a cool, rewarding economic system that doesn't just give you too much cash there and make it easy. Gives you the sought-after amount of struggle economically. All right, let's do it. Half an hour left. Got a couple more batches, probably staying in the front. I think we're overloading and exploding the game's memory by putting all these boxes on top of each other. They weren't ready for what we were bringing. Yeah, it is happening. Too many assets. So once we clear out Box City, we'll have a little less shakiness. Wow, what a scene this is. So usually what we do, since we have all the trucks gone, the sun is setting on another beautiful day here in Charlotte or Detroit or wherever we are in 2065. Our pile's still there. And Box City is back in full force. There's so much cash laying on the floor for us. Since we get those contracts in our tablet, we already did them last time for today's day, and we've been on the same in-game day the whole time. These contracts will replenish in the morning, and we'll have country-specific and cargo-type specific things that we can get a little extra cash on early. Start with those with the most amount of boxes, and then do our usual process. Tomorrow should be a big day of cash and everything happening for us. I'm pretty encouraged. I think it's going to be good for us. So, I'm encouraged. We're going to bed with a lot of packages on the floor. We're going to go see our kitty and say goodnight, and then come in here in the morning and get all this taken care of. It's going to be a brand new day. Hey, Billy. We're doing big things in there, and your business is going great. Thanks for selling that weight scale earlier for us and giving us $100-something. We put it to good use. I left the door open for you. There's a lot of boxes in there. You might like it. Here we go. Another day with no errors on the road to 1 million. It seems like it's going to be going down to zero a lot during the automation process. And once we're fully automated and the warehouse is as big as it's going to get, that's when it's going to become a save the money and just stack the money towards 1 million. Fully automated will leave you vulnerable to smart splitter mistakes and things. They're finicky mechanics with these AI. And if you have log jams, they might send stuff to the wrong place and mess up the whole run. I'll say again, I hope that you're having a good day. because I'm over here doing some Maloney jabroni, having a great time. Good morning, Billy. It's our 7th day and it's Sunday. Okay, so all the white boxes are where the big money is. We know the parcel types, those are even better than those flat ones. So insulated boxes give a 7 per parcel valid submission bonus. Right now it's going to be red boxes. Those are pretty easy to spot, and we're just going to collect the reds. Even cooler if they're the expensive ones. Since we're going to have a new system probably tomorrow, we'll move some of these conveyors and make a long conveyor for all the denials we're going to have today. And if we upgrade the warehouse, it's going to be big time stuff. We're going to put the invalid sticker applier on there, and it'll start applying the stickers automatically. When Box City's in your spot, it's like, where do I begin? Making sure we grab all the right ones, identifying with the green outline that they are the proper package we're trying to pick up, just in case things get lost. A no error run, again, makes it very... Can't play games. So, I'm going to set up a red line up front. Another cool thing you can do is upgrade your conveyors and actually change the speed of them later. Really getting things going. It's endless. Though it seems like a pretty simple job, it's actually super fun. It's a great simulator. Maybe we'll cash in, get a curved piece, and we can start adding them from right here. Alright, now this gives you a few more pieces here. Let's get some red boxes. Keep the red going down. Okay. All red right there. Looks like we got a batch to submit. Boom. All right, we're keeping it going. We got one more day before these rail ones are ready. Excellent. Red boxes all around. Identifying and putting them on there and submitting badges. Just like we mentioned before, we know that you can put these out, doesn't matter what day it is of the week. Denials go out 24/7. So you can start with those, and that's guaranteed cash. All right, we got another batch to submit. I got to make sure I don't mix up my good train with red bad ones. That would be kind of a nightmare. $2,300. To get optimized, let's see, we got upgrades over here. Export size can be done at tier 8. These guys at tier 9, all of the automation is done. So that's going to be a couple $1,000. Boy, we got some packages to sort. All right, we're going to start getting greens now. Going through Box City, looking for greens, bringing them to the front and kind of sorting them manually. Bang. All right. Everything coming to the front, and we're going to put it where it's supposed to be. Matine Road. One more over there, we're submitting a batch. Got a boat green over here for the boat green pile. Still haven't opened up the boat door. Plane is not going out today on Sunday. Green batch going down for the road. Beautiful. Waverly Cunningham. Tate May. It's on the way. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to move those rail packages out of this room to make sure there's no confusion. Probably exercise and doing something I don't need to be doing. We'll do it. Sean Simon. All right, Mackenzie, Venezuela, and all those packages will go into the back room today. If I put them in this corner, we should be good. Now when I'm doing all my red packages here, I don't think there'll be any confusion. Nothing will get slipped into the wrong pile. Okay. Now I can put more things here, even put a curve and make it connect to this and just drop the reds right on there when we do it. We're going to be doing that until warehouse tier 7, of course, when we get the sticker applier. That's going to cost $3,000 on top of whatever the warehouse upgrade is. Probably roughly about $5,000 for those two moves. Spread them out. Looking for green. All right. The greens are being identified. We're going through methodically. All right. Emily Novak. It's just road going out, no rail. Rails are going to be put in the other room. Finn Kent. All right, Melanie Rhodes' airplane package. Frederick Pace. Esther McCullough. This one's a boat. More boat, and then we put these rails back in the other room for tomorrow's big export. All green rails back there. What is this? Poppy Perkins. That's like an old baseball player. Coming up to plate is Poppy Perkins, boy. He's been having a down year, actually. We think he's been putting on a few LBs. Playing here for the Phillies. He's been going getting cheesesteaks left and right. Old Poppy is popping off the buttons of his uniform with his cheesesteak gut. Simple denial pile. Should be another batch. Beautiful. That's it. Alright, now it's upgrade and the sticker applier probably. For all eyeball denials once the pile gets a little thinner around here. There's also speed run up to level 9 of the warehouse upgrades. To get all of our machines. Depends if you can think you can get it done with this pile of packages. That's the real determining factor. So once you get the pre-approved going, you're probably going to want to start with the insulated white box ones because those are going to give us more per parcel to do the work for and put through. Okay, we're going to start thinning out Box City with all the white ones eyeball checks. And they're going to be added to this pile. Okay, boat pile. Kalel Sweeney. We're just doing the country, serial number, and cargo type. All those meet the restrictions and they go in this pile to be inspected by the machines later. And this will be the first wave of boxes we're going to put through the machines because they'll still give us more bucks immediately. So if we speed run up to level 9, get those things, it's still going to cost a couple grand after you get to Warehouse 9 to buy those expensive robots too. So getting it done in the next day is super ambitious. It will expedite the process by doing these expensive boxes first. So that's why we're starting with the white boxes. All right, white boxes all day, every day. When you start removing some of these and then you can move the boxes around, you'll kind of be able to see the ones that are pre-inspected that we weren't able to get on the first couple go-arounds. There we go. Get ourselves some room on our desk. Yikes. Popcorn physics. Ah! Trying to line them up for the labels. It's all getting crazy. I need to get a curved piece. Just thinking about that delivery cost. Gonna be 25 on top. Might be worth it at this point. Gonna be a bunch of checking. Thea Ortega. Impland. Very cool. Let's keep going. White expensive insulated packages is the name of the game. Get them all sorted out. Let's go. I just love this game. I don't know what it is about it. I think the organization is very calming. It's fun. That is not the flag of Yacht Donica. We could be eyeballing the stamp too on some of these ones we're putting in this pile. I haven't really inspected the stamp and seen which one that one is to eyeball it. It seemed kind of complicated. These are the 3 designs that are cool. And it's very close to pretty much all the designs you see here. So I don't see this specific one with 4 stars above the little symbol. These are the ones we take. I'm pretty sure this one's out of here. Because that stamp is not it. The number of stars you need in the stamp is that one right there with 7, 5, or 3 stars above in the pattern there. We'll try to start doing stamp as well. Okay. Yeah. So we will start doing stamp. You can do it from the outside. You don't need a machine. And you can kind of see some mistakes. Stamp is added. Okay, that is not the flag of Congrati. Tell you, I do kind of want a curved piece though. Maybe we get a loader and automate this part. I don't know. There's so many things. This is what you play for. Deciding what to purchase when there isn't one exact answer. Got 9 there. 10 there. Alright. Back to getting white boxes, I believe. Beautiful. Submit the batch. Every time, just looking to see 0. Can't lose the whole run randomly. So much on the line. 56. Still contemplating speed running the warehouse tiers versus what we do in this place to maybe make things easier on this manual inspection process. Just thinking. Do another wave of the expensive insulated cargo types. Back to the front. Implant. Looking good. 7, 5, and 3 on the stamp again. 7 stars above, 5 stars above, and 3. So we've added the stamp as part of our eyeball check to what we're looking at here. So that one's a closed envelope. I don't think any of them are closed envelopes. That's a denial. Yeah, this stamp has a closed envelope on it. Angela Walls' airplane package. Alright, we're just getting some of these expensive insulated boxes. Quality control checked and sent out. Four more denials. Okay. That file's getting pretty solid. Once all the white ones are gone, we'll be able to go through another round or two of getting the pre-inspected ones. After the herd is a little thinner. All these denials are out of here. Smell my balls again. Bunch of pranksters. Let's take this schmoma balls out here. And then the batch is going out. See how much cash we got. $72 out of here with 68 in the bank. We know that stamp is invalid. Cool. I'm thinking we're speed running the warehouse tiers. I want to get this place automated, and a row of machines will do that. Then there's no boxes on the floor once that happens. The gamble is getting there with the cash we have. I imagine if we get some more upgrades, we're going to open up another door back here. Here it comes. Upgrade your warehouse to tier 7. Access new licenses, additional items in the shop, and increase pre-inspected parcels. Heck yeah. Oh, another door. Another machine unlocked, and 2 more sticker approval edition things too. The sticker will be automatically put on the conveyor line and added to the package, so you don't have to put the red sticker on there anymore. Right now, I think the money might be allocated towards the upgrades. 2,800 for this one. We have 3 doors back here. Doesn't look like it goes any further that way, and there's no upgrades except for the middle of the walls here. I'm gonna try these ones up here to see if we can get the boat door unlocked. There it is. So now we'll move our boat packages over towards the boat door. All right, just like that, warehouse tier 8. And this place is nice and big. Holy. Remember our little starter place, just one big rectangle. It's opening up in here. So, we can go get more upgrades. Trying to get to 9, I believe, is where we got to get to fully automate. Yep. And then it's a couple $1,000s per machine. And we're going to need all of them before we can even do the whole process. We'll start with the ones we're not eyeball checking. And now we can get the biggest rack as well. That's huge. All right, so much is happening. This is a thrill. Beautiful. All right, I'm just trying to concentrate. Sometimes if you lull yourself to sleep with doing it a lot, you might lose focus on the basics and make that one mistake that ends your run. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in concentration, domination, seriousness. That looks like the flag of Christen, but is it? Yeah. Yeah, Donica. Here we go. Another batch going out. Beautiful. Up to 26. We'll do a little count on how much the next upgrade is. I can tell this stamp is crazy. We're going to put it here. This pile's getting unruly. We're looking for red or green. Eyeball check for pre-inspected ones. Let's go. More manual sorting. Alright, I gotta go check and see what our next upgrade cost is. 3,100 for the next upgrade. And then we're at tier 9 and we can purchase all the machines. That's when things get really wild. You can put every single one of these things through the cascade and actually check every box here. Probably going to be about a $10,000 investment. It'll be one batch at a time. We're going to need conveyors and the machines and a big sequence of them that'll feed into where we're trying to send it. Probably put the green ones on a shelf or something, since it's got complications to it, and all the red ones we can feed automated style. That's it. All right, the last machine is unlocked, and it's time. It's time to start getting machines in this place. Okay. 700 almost. We're looking to stack about 10K. Okay. I'm just trying to brainstorm the smartest ways to get us all this cash to get these automation machines. Thinning out Box City. One parcel at a time. All right, now if we move these boxes, I think we'll get some uncovered. More denials. Bingo. Keep stacking them. I'll tell you what I'm kind of hesitant to do is do partial robots to put everything through, thinking that we inspected these ones for cargo type country and serial number. That's going to risk us doing an error if we try to put stuff through without putting it through the full robot setup. Basically, if I buy a couple robots, taking what we think we pre-inspected over there, it leaves a lot more room for the human error to come into play. Might risk our no error run, of course. And cause us to have to restart. Tragedy strikes the warehouse. Thing went flying. Okay. Keep it going. Get some batches through and start to figure out how we're going to allocate. Here's a plain box. It's good to keep nice, organized piles around. You know where stuff is in your own little wild setup. Here we go. Stacking it. Excellent. All these ones can go in here. More opportunities for cash. We have a couple things of equipment we can sell. Maybe like these medium-sized shelves. Upgrade to the biggest size. We'll have to start thinking of essentially what we're going to do when the doors open. And start to plan for that too with some of our cash. What it's going to be is 3 doors now that need to be offloaded and set up so that these front 2 can be taken care of. Until we get to warehouse 12, there's no launcher. And based upon brief experience, I think the shelving and the paying for all that expensive loader unloader stuff is usually more what we're going to aim to do, the grandma strat. Less cool, more responsible. All right. Most of the white boxes are gone. I think we'll start with the envelopes and the small boxes now. Good. Okay, all kinds of birthday cake cargo types. Just a slow sort, you know? One package at a time. Might not be the fastest real life time that we're doing this, but in game time is kind of what I'm talking about with getting it done the fastest. So when you reach these perpetual 9 a.m., 1700, 5 p.m., you kind of chill out and take your time thinking about the plan. Urania by Carrot. Franklin Fry. Come on. Keeping it going. Another guy denied. This one's a serial number issue. Alright, we're thinning the herd. Getting the second smallest. Used to be our most expensive parcel type, the flat ones, the small boxes. Trying to do some eyeballs, stacking some cash, and maybe getting our automation set up in here. Even more than putting the stickers on manually with the pre-inspection reg applier, I'm trying to decide whether I want to start getting some of those machines. No reason to get them before you can afford them. Because you got to get the whole set. We also have the big concern of, oh, I haven't even done contracts. Totally forgot about that. Oh my. Let's check it out. 350, 3 valid air. All right, we'll do that right away. All right, cool. We'll start with that in a sec. What a thrill. Contracts. 4, huh? I don't think any of them are 4. We're looking at the stamp. There's 7, 5, and 3. There's no even number stars above. There's another 4 stars above stamp right there. Colochia. That looks like the flag of Soapport, actually. I don't think there is a country, Colochia. Strentom, wrong flag. Here we go. Guadalupe Griffin. Martin. Six of these bad boys. Or 4. There we go. Awesome. Another batch is going to go down here. I think I need to plan for those shelves for the automation for later at the same time. Because we're going to have 3 doors in the back we're not going to be able to get to, no question. If we can get the whole set of machines, though, all these boxes go through and we'll be rich. That's another concern. Let's do the math on how many each machine is going to cost. Okay, let's do it. So it's 3. Oh. We're going to keep this one for last. It's 2K. Add these 2 together. That's 5,000. Plus another 3 is 8,000. Plus 2,700. So 10,700. For the whole process of 1 wave of machines. 10,700 to get all the machines and fully automate. Then every single package here could go out that was red. We'll keep the green on shelving or something if it gets through the whole thing and it turns out to be a green one. And we'll make a file for it. But if we can get the 3,000 sticker applier and the whole wave of machines, then there'll be a denial route that can fully automate every box in here. The goal is to get to 10,000 right now. That's what we need to do. It's going to take a little grunt work. You get to 10K. What you're doing then is totally changing the game. Because you're putting all these through. And that'll give you extra cash to get shelving and stuff for when we open the doors. And we have 5 doors. Soapboard, huh? Asiadonica. Cargo type. It's physics. One at a time, we inspect. This is Stren, Tom. That's the wrong flag. Okay, we know that that stamp is incorrect. It's usually an envelope with an open top to it when it's valid. Titus McCain? You might be getting it. Let's get these out of here. Beautiful. These back with these. It's going to get a big surplus of cash from those tomorrow, because we'll be getting all those rails. We know will just go right down there. I think we got to stop from stacking the boxes to keep it from tripping out. Who knows? All right, continuously going through. We're looking for white and the small ones pre-inspected. Just trying to get as many waves of these boxes put through. Let's go. Piranha. Lake Bow. Molland. Woo! This is tough. Got a lot to do. We need 10,700 before we can automate the whole thing. We're putting wrong countries or serial numbers and stamps right here on this table to put the stickers on there. thing. Alright, goes left first. No, it's just random. I have no idea how to figure out how to drop it off properly. Who knows what it does? Just going through and getting them off the shelves. Trying to get some stuff for us to check. Got two big piles. Those over there came from yesterday. They're the kind of one of pre-sorted old school parcel types. We'll add more to that today. Cool. Strentom. So far, we've been seeing a lot of stuff passing the eyeball check recently. Packages to put out are getting a little far and few between for us. Been doing a good job of getting through this box city. Beautiful. All right, let's submit it. Boom. 4,000. Getting close. Weeding through the rest of the expensive parcel types. I think it's 5 bonus for the small ones, 7 for the insulated white box ones. Then we'll get some more moving forward. Parcel types. At tier 10, you can get these good ones coming in. And those will come in the second we open the door today. So if we get up to 10, that might be another thing we want to do before we start the day. Cool. Nice. Getting through it. I hope you have a reverence for the mundane, because that's what's going on. It's super mundane. In the coolest way. One more over there for the road. Cool. Spread it around. Alright. Redistributed some of these boxes so we can see more labels and things. It's getting down to that point where I move them all into one pile. Eyeball checking these regular ones might not be worth the time. So we might want to add them to this pile. Couple more waves, getting down to it. Looking for any glaring mistakes. Holland. Hassan Lambert. $4,000. We're right in that little in-between stage right now where we might not get fully automated to get all this stuff out of here. We'd have to kind of go through manually and check each and every one of these boxes to get 6,000 out of it probably. Let's start with that contract now and do those flight boxes. We're going to pick the most basic big boxes to use since they get us the least amount of cash submitting traditionally. Air Cargo 3 valid. So we're going to pick the fat ones. Bang. Love it. Okay. 300, 4 parcels, rail cargo. So we can even use big boxes, uninspected. They don't have to be approved. One. One more. That's it. So these 4 right here are perfect for that one. You don't have to inspect them. They don't have to be approved or anything either. Bingo. Alright, let's see what that last one is. 1 parcel valid. Sure. $100 for it. We're going to do a fat, regular boat. Beautiful. 4,800. So, we have 3 doors now. We're probably going to need to get some more shelving and a loader for the 3rd door in the back that we won't be able to get to. And the money will disappear quickly. So we can get a shelf, a loader, and set up the same thing we did last time for when the doors are opened up. And prevent the log jam. These storage racks will definitely get used throughout the whole time we have the warehouse, the large storage rack, and we won't have to sell them and lose a little bit of our investment. There's always the consolation prize of making happy the kitty when we do sell things. Could use this other thing. You have 30 parcels. That's insane. That tier house upgrade might be good for the day just because of that. 30 parcels is probably an insane amount. The whole thing's going to be going to the roof. Might be too OP. Okay. Got a lot to think about here before this next day is started up. I'm trying to juggle it all in my head. But I think that's where we're going to have to go. We won't have enough to get the 10,000 to automate today, so we're going to have to start planning for the fact that we're going to be setting up racks to stop from log jamming when the doors are open. So it's minimum 1 big shelf and 1 loader. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it for all the doors here. We're going to put this big shelf on the back there with 1 loader. And then we have these other loaders and shelves for these 2. They're going to jam up like they did last time. Let's see how much money we'll have on top. That'll leave us with about 2,000 left. Next warehouse upgrade costs 3,400. Would be nice to have that pallet, but it's too expensive to get the warehouse upgrade right now. Okay. Extra loader here. This can take care of 2 doors. We can put the large rack and the loader on 2 doors up here. I'm gonna get 1 curved and a bunch of straight with the rest of it. All right, I think that's the investment. Let's get it. Big day. So what we're kind of doing is trying to avoid spending our money on gaudy things that look cool. What's up, Billy? I really want to get stuff in here that's going to make more boxes come in per day. There it is. These front two ones will have giant shelves as a buffer. Groovy. All right, now we got to go put these all back on these lines and set them up for success. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Alright, well, I think that thing's gone forever. I have no clue how to get it from beside the wall, behind the upgrade wall. It's in there. It's in Narnia. Son of a gun. That's hilarious. All right, now we organize Box City a little bit better. Okay, I think this one's going to be a little open. And then we're going to put the two shelves on the back too. So that the middle one is the one we're operating on. We have the most time to get back to it. This is awesome. Groovy setups. So my thought is I'm running back between these two shelves. This line's going to be completely open. And then we got two big shelves, giving us the time buffer up front. And it's going to be the same kind of situation as before. Sprint to get all the boxes off. And we're keeping an eye on 5 doors, doing it manually. I'm going to keep a clear runway here so I can run between all the doors too. Just doing our last few remaining ones. Looks like we'll get a batch submitted here. $1,200. We got some extra cash if we want to do any more things. Get some more conveyor and just have a longer string of conveyors for the front of these lines. Might not be a bad idea. Let's see how close the invalid is to being 2 more reds and we're going through. That'd definitely be worth it. What we'll be able to do with 2 more reds is probably get another shelf for the 5th door and then have a shelf on each door. It's wild. Just looking for 1 more red. There we go. Two more reds. The batch is submitted. We're going to get our shelf and upgrade 1 more time. Looks like it's going to be a shelf. Okay, that puts us at 22. Okay. We have now all of them have a grandma shelf on it. So they'll have a little bit of a buffer time while we're sprinting around. Not one of them will be fully jammed until the shelf is completely full. Beautiful. Put this guy right here. Love it. Everybody's got a shelf connected to it, and we're sprinting between 5 different shelves to clear them off. Now it's about moving all the Box City stuff out of the way so that next time guy comes in and he just gets to do the mad dash. He's going to have a tall task, 5 doors to manually pull boxes off the shelves. I think next time's mad dash will be the last. And we might be able to fully automate the import of the boxes and get them at least somewhere. So there's no more mad dash at the beginning of next time. Okay. Let's move all of Box City out of the runway. Clearing the land. We're not going to be running over here so we can pile it up. All this space is definitely going to get filled up by all the things coming in once the day 7 doors are open. I'm pretty sure we started this session at the day 6, 9 a.m. and just did one in-game day during today's session. A lot of planning and optimizing and maximizing. Okay, last few. And then we'll have a beautiful, clean, organized area to start the big sprint next time. Woo! Okay. It's kind of chaotic and there's boxes everywhere. But we know what everything is. All these big piles like this one, that one, and those ones back there are all ready to go through the machines. These ones will go through first since they're the fancier, more expensive packages. They'll get us more early game cash. We'll do that when we got our waterfall of robots, and that'll be a fun thing that we get to do next time. After the big sprint at the beginning, it'll be getting our first set of robots and setting those up. All packages will be out of the warehouse, and then we'll just start compounding interest left and right. Unbelievable stuff here. We're going to wait to see the little save button pop up before we take off. Make sure it's auto-saving. Kind of happens every couple minutes. That was super fun. It was tough, you know? It ain't easy working in the future at Amazon. You got to do some work. It's fun. Yeah, it was awesome. So he comes in next time and he gets ready for the sprint. The mad dash. Got it. Looking for the save button still. I don't know if there's a way to manually save besides sleeping, going to tomorrow. Alright, we'll do our last second mop ups here. Get $2 for mopping the place. I like our setup. I believe in this sprint between 5 doors plan. We have access to all the shelves. We'll try to keep the runway clear of the boxes we're pulling off. We have to do a bunch of jumping. I think this is all the doors. We might have all the doors opened up now. Total of 5. Lot of packages coming in next time. We're gonna be rolling in it. Rolling in the dough. Alright, Billy, we're gonna call it a session here. We're gonna save. It's not a go to sleep situation. But I had a great day. Thank you for selling those objects for us and giving us a little extra cash with your bucks for boxes business. The door will be open the whole time until next session. Just looking for that little save disc to show up. Hasn't showed up in a while. Should save on exit. Main menu. Are you sure you want to quit the game? Your progress has been saved. You say that, but I'm just making sure. I'm always sketched out. Let's go into the break room while we're waiting. I'll show you the fork in the microwave. How crazy is that? Chaos. You can move the basketball hoop. Chill break rooms. There it is. The little autosave symbol just popped up in the bottom left. Makes me feel secure. Let's get out of here. Bingo. A beautiful day of boxes and things. We got some stuff done today. Moved some things around. Shook it up. Made some things happen. Here's what another thing that you could make happen. You can go to Larone.net, baby. It's the greatest website in the world, and it just has links to the things I'm up to. We're going to the games YouTube with that link right there, and you can see there's all kinds of endeavors from our other games and all kinds of stuff. We have Aloni Jabroni going up there with this new parcel endeavor, and there's going to be more of those Aloni Jabroni games definitely coming down the pipe. I'm excited to be able to diversify our bonds, as they say, the Wu-Tang Clan, of course. So, that's it. That's it until next time, and I hope that you had a great time. You guys are the absolute best. We're going to be here. It's a big day next time. We're going to have to pull all those boxes from 3 trucks. Shelves are set up to keep the logjam at bay, and we're going to automate next time. It's truly going to be the coolest day of our parcel thing. Thank you again, and I will see you soon. Aretha says she'll see you soon too. You guys are the best. See ya. I'll see you soon. See ya.